Hey everybody, what is up? It is Bolin with no makeup on, no wig, nothing yet. This is going to be a kind of quick, informal video because I'm really kind of late to this one now, and honestly it's not something that I wanted to talk about at all. If you've seen my community tab, you will understand why. It's a topic that's very kind of triggering for me, but it is going to be a little bit about the Balenciaga scandal, that photo shoot that got everybody talking online, that photo shoot with the plushy bears that had kind of bondage gear on them, and then you had like toddlers, little kids in the photographs in the campaign, and then they had like all these adult objects, like, you know, for adult fun time around them, all these adult objects. And then there was something else in this photo campaign. It was actually, I think, a Balenciaga Adidas collaboration that was their hourglass handbag, and then behind it, it was kind of placed in this office environment, and then behind this handbag it was just sitting on these kind of documents. And when you took a closer look at the documents, it was revealed that the documents the bag was sitting on were talking about it being okay to share digital child P-word. Now, there's been so much fuss made about this online because, you know, rightly so, it's about children and a fashion brand, a big fashion brand, Balenciaga, using children in their campaign when their campaign was of an adult nature. Of course, Balenciaga removed the campaign. They made their silly little kind of notes app apology, which to me, I looked at it and I was like, wow, is that it? Then you've had like celebrities like Kim Kardashian, who of course is a famous kind of ambassador for Balenciaga. You've had Kim Kardashian being called out left, right and centre, people demanding that Kim Kardashian speak on this, and Kim has said, oh, I might kind of reevaluate my relationship with the brand, but said nothing more than that. So it's looking really kind of gross, you know. Kim Kardashian is still going to be working with Balenciaga, still accepting money from them, but somebody else who works with Balenciaga is of course Alexis Stone. Now, you know, if you don't know who Alexis Stone is a drag artist, makeup artist, visual artist, and Alexis Stone is somebody that I've followed on social media for quite a long time. And recently I've been really disappointed in Alexis because Alexis chose to stand by Balenciaga in spite of everything that happened with this campaign.
What's going on with Balenciaga? Didn't you do the makeup for the bruising and piercings? I did do the prosthetics for the last show, but I've already commented on where I stand with the whole Balenciaga stuff, and I'm not going to be scared into joining the witch hunt, which a majority of people know literally nothing about, and people are just pulling at absolute straws now, telling people that the mud from the show was blood, saying that everyone's pedophiles, saying that people are a part of Jeffrey Epstein's island. It's genuinely insane, some of y'all acting like fools. It's no different to a medieval witch hunt of pulling villagers out and demanding that they burn people at the stake because they don't understand something. So you can all think what you want to think. I'm not getting involved. I know the truth. I know these people firsthand personally, and you're wrong. So I don't know what else you want me to say about it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people have literally bullied and harassed my friends, models, nail technicians, hairstylists, makeup artists, you name it. Anyone and everyone that people can attack to try and coerce them into agreeing with them, you've done. So I hope you all feel very proud of yourselves for acting like goddamn monsters. I am defensive because for the last week I've been attacked and bombarded and harassed relentlessly. I wake up every day probably with about 50 messages, 50 comments attacking me because I've not followed the herd. So look, if you're coming here to try and like direct or change my opinion, you're commenting on the wrong person's Instagram, because I'm not going to change my opinion about the truth. but you as a outsider looking in, watching TikTok videos that are persuading your way of thinking, you're more than welcome to run with that. But don't mistake me for someone I'm not.
I want to drop off my resume. My name's Lionel. I'm gonna have to ask you. I work like a lot with like kids and stuff too. I'm really good. I'm gonna ask you to stop filming, please. You know, no, like I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians every night too. Okay, like at this point, you know, if you're filming, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. No, I'm just saying, like I know you guys must be losing like a lot of people, but I'm ready to join the workforce. At this point, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Excuse me, can you ask the escort this gentleman out of the store for me, please? Can I at least just leave my resume here? No, please take that with you. I'll just leave it, just in case. Is it because I didn't have a cover letter?
Because I know the truth, and I stand by the truth. And the truth will set you free. And it's just, you're all going to be so embarrassed with the way you've been acting, honestly. It's really just animal behaviour, making the weirdest comparisons and connections to things you really don't know anything about.
The CEO of Balenciaga's parent company, Kering, is Francois Henry Pinault, husband to actress Salma Hayek. He also owns Christie's Auctions House that sells very grotesque pictures of children with genitalia for faces. Warning, these images are disturbing. Are you kidding me? What sick, evil, demented, twisted person could come up with stuff like this and then sell it as art? Francois says that he doesn't know everything that sells on the site, but these sculptures are from his own personal Francois Pinault collection called Sex 3. Friends, I truly believe this Balenciaga story is just the thread that's going to unravel something more sinister and more evil, truly dark, than any of us ever imagined possible.
It's kind of trash. And if anyone knows about people believing a false narrative on social media, it's literally me, because I have convinced millions of you already of a different narrative, and most of you were gullible and stupid enough to believe it. So you're not going to try and persuade me of thinking of a incorrect storyline, I'm afraid. I've said it once and I've said it a million times. So it is personal to me when I'm getting attacked every single day and my friends are ringing me crying because thousands of people are telling them that they're not allowed to say that or think that. It's unhinged, inhumane behaviour. You would think that decisions could only be made by robots for people to be satisfied, but it's just not realistic. I think we can all agree that the agenda which people are running with is not acceptable. I think we all agree on that. That's not what we're doing.
Now, here's the thing with this. Alexis says, I think we can all agree that, this is a witch hunt, blah, blah, blah. This is cancel culture. It's like, no, to me, this really isn't cancel culture. When you're talking about putting children in adult environments, taking photos, putting it out as some kind of shocking marketing campaign for your fashion brand, people are really not gonna, accept it, and people are not gonna have any truck with it because it's children. It's, putting children in an adult environment that they really shouldn't be in. And, you can argue that these children were the children of people who work for Balenciaga or whatever you want to argue. But, I can't sit here and be good with somebody saying, oh, it's okay, it's just art. Oh, it's okay, it doesn't hurt anyone, because it puts out a message that it's okay to put children in that environment, that it's okay to put children in an adult environment that they don't understand. And it also really scares me because it makes me think how much of Hollywood and how many A-list celebrities are that corrupt and that kind of sick in the head and disturbed that they would do that they would put kids in that environment. Little kids, they were like kids who must have been no more than 5 years old. Like, for me, that is difficult to swallow.
But I am trying to differentiate between facts and feelings are not facts. So, do what you want with that.
At the end of the day, Alexis Stone is going to defend this brand because she works with them. She goes to their shows, dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire or Dolly Parton or whoever, whatever celebrity that she wants to impersonate. She goes to their shows in partnership with them. She does that. She does the makeup and prosthetics for them at the shows sometimes. So Alexis is going to say whatever to defend Balenciaga in this instance. I personally really am not good with someone defending a brand that shows court documents saying it's okay to share digital child pornography. That's not against the law. That's fine. I'm not good with that. You know, children deserve to be protected. Children are innocent. Children shouldn't be in that world. Children shouldn't be subjected to abuse from adults. There's already a power imbalance with children and adults. Children, they're innocent, they don't know better in these situations. So it's up to the adults to be responsible and to protect the kids and not be, you know, abusers, and not put these kids in positions where they can be harmed. You know, it's just not okay. It really isn't. And okay, feelings are not facts. But I know that I would rather children not be abused or not put in situations where they're left open to being abused by people who are a little bit disturbed. You know, I would rather that children were safe. And I look at these celebrities like the Kim Kardashians, the Kylie Jenners, you know, these other people who work with Balenciaga and who are still going to take the paychecks from Balenciaga. I look at them and I think, Jesus, you've got kids. How can you be okay with this? But then, oh, look, Kim Kardashian had her daughter in a gimp hood. So, like, Kim must just think, oh, well, this is all okay. Kim's putting her own children out there in the public eye with something that's for adults on. You know, it freaks me out. You know, it really makes me really uncomfortable. You know, I'm somebody who is a very liberal person, you know, but when it comes to adult things like this, it's not for children. You know, kids don't understand it. Kids don't deserve to be put in harm's way. And I think for people to think that this is normal or this is acceptable is wrong. You know, this is nothing like a drag queen reading a children's book to children. You know, that is a completely different topic. But this campaign that Balenciaga did, you know, they might have done it as a stunt to try and be shocking, whatever. I don't know. That's kind of my little sort of conspiracy about it, that maybe they did it to be shocking. Maybe they did it to get people talking, and hey, it worked. But people are talking for all the wrong reasons, because the taste level of this, it's made a lot of people feel sick. It's made a lot of people not want to look at the brand. It's made a lot of people want to burn all their Balenciaga. You know, it's had the opposite effect than what they wanted, I think, unless the brand wanted people to burn their stuff, you know, like. But I don't think it's cancel culture, you know, and cancel culture, does it even work anyway? Because if you take somebody like James Charles, for instance, who famously admitted to sexting minors on his own YouTube channel, you take somebody like James Charles is still out there creating, he's still uploading YouTube videos, he's still on Instagram, whatever, you know, TikTok, all these social media platforms. So Jamie Charlie still out there, you know, on all these social media platforms, millions of followers, still out there, even in spite of what he's done. You know, people haven't forgotten, because people still comment to this day about James Charles. When he goes out to an event, people still comment, oh, why is the P word there? All this negative stuff about James Charles. So it's not that people have forgotten about what James Charles did, but it's that his supporters are still there supporting him. And, you know, these social media platforms like YouTube haven't stepped in, haven't done anything about James Charles. Then also another thing I'm going to mention before I leave you guys on this video is I'm going to mention the fact that Alexis Stone actually told me not to share any of their live in this video. They told me not to include them because it's a big lawsuit, and I'm going to throw that screenshot in here for you. You know I am. I'm going to throw that screenshot in here. Despite Balenciaga dropping the lawsuit, you know, that they had with their set designer or whoever it was that they had that lawsuit with, you know, I can't be good supporting somebody who thinks this whole campaign with Balenciaga was okay. And for Alexis Stone to defend it. Of course, she's going to defend it. Like I say, she's making money from Balenciaga. She's getting opportunities from Balenciaga, you know, but unfortunately, I'm not for sale. Unfortunately, you can't buy me. You can't buy my channel. You can't buy me. You can't tell me what to think and what to say and what not to say. So here I am talking about this shit because I am not okay with it. You know, I'm not okay with children being put in harm's way, and I think it's fucking disgusting. So I really don't care. I unfollowed Alexis Stone on social media, and I have no intention of refollowing. Shame, because I did love Alexis' art, but, you know, I'm willing to just stay unfollowed. You know, I'm willing to not look at Alexis' art anymore for the simple fact that I don't agree with their stance on Balenciaga. I can't just sit here and, you know, accept it and say, oh, well, it's okay. You know, you're supporting a brand that thinks it's okay to, you know, use kids like little pawns. No. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm sorry I'm not in makeup or anything. I don't look nice for this video, but I am actually going to do a makeup video. And everybody's going to have so much to say because I've bought this palette. Everybody's going to be like, no, you cancelled. You've bought that palette. Bit like how Balenciaga's cancelled, I know. But, you know, I collect these palettes and I want to do the video, so I'm going to do it. We're going to share my thoughts, good or bad or ugly, whatever. We're going to get into it because I miss doing makeup videos. You know, I think this was quite a heavy topic and I want to do something nice and fun and colourful now and not look like a fucking swamp witch or Gollum. You know, I want to actually make myself look presentable and like a clown, you know. So I want to get into it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then. Let me know your thoughts. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Bye.